For a sales professional, every single day is about closing. You close deals, you close contracts, you close revenue. But what if I told you that the most important sale of your entire career has nothing to do with a customer? It's the sale you make during your job interview. Too many elite salespeople walk into an interview and forget everything that makes them great at their job. They switch from being a confident, value-driven consultant to a passive, hopeful candidate. They answer questions instead of guiding the conversation. They present features, their skills, instead of selling a solution. Today, that stops. In this video, we are going to teach you how to treat your interview process like the multi-million-dollar sales cycle it is. You will learn how to run discovery on your recruiter, how to pitch yourself as the undeniable solution, how to handle their objections, and most importantly, how to close the deal and get the offer. The first and most critical step is a fundamental mindset shift. You are not a candidate asking for a job. You are a sales executive offering a solution to a very expensive problem. What is the problem? The company has a revenue target it needs to hit. They have a territory that's underperforming. They have a competitor they need to beat. The empty seat you're applying for isn't just a vacancy, it's a hole in their revenue-generating engine. It's costing them money every single day. Your mindset must shift from, "I hope they like my experience," to, "My experience is the most effective solution to fix their revenue problem." You are not there to ask for a paycheck. You are there to generate one for them. This changes everything. It changes the way you speak, the questions you ask, and the confidence you project. You are not a cost. You are an investment with a proven ROI. For example, instead of saying, "I have 5 years of experience in enterprise sales," you say, "My 5 years of experience have been focused on breaking into new markets and exceeding quotas by an average of 120%, which seems to align with the growth challenges you're currently facing in the EMEA region." You're already framing yourself as the solution. With this mindset, you can move to phase 2, the discovery process. You would never walk into a client meeting without researching them, and your interview is no different. The job description is your starting point, but it's just the surface. True discovery, niche, means going deeper. Read their quarterly earnings reports. What did the CEO say about their priorities for the next year? Search for recent news articles. Did they just launch a new product or acquire a smaller company? Go on LinkedIn and research the interviewers, your potential manager, and even the sales reps who are already on the team. What are they posting about? What skills do they endorse? You're not just looking for facts, you're looking for pain points and opportunities. For example, you might discover in an earnings call that the company is struggling with long sales cycles. Now you have your angle. You're no longer just a salesperson, you're a specialist in shortening sales cycles. A powerful part of discovery is preparing your own discovery questions for them. Don't just ask, "What's the company culture like?" Ask questions a consultant would ask. For example, "I noticed in your Q2 report that you're focusing on expanding into the healthcare vertical. What are some of the initial challenges the sales team has faced in building credibility in that new market?" Or, "Given that your main competitor just launched a new feature, how is the sales team being equipped to reframe your product's unique value proposition?" These questions instantly elevate you from a candidate to a strategic peer. Now that you've done your discovery, it's time for the pitch. This is where you present your value proposition. And the best way to do this is by using the very sales frameworks you use with customers. Let's adapt the SBIN selling methodology. Your STAR method answers now get a strategic upgrade. Let's say they ask, "Tell me about a time you had to sell a new product." First, you set the situation. "At my last company, we launched a new data analytics platform into a market where we had no brand recognition." Then you define the problem. The key problem was that our initial outreach was failing. The sales team was struggling to book meetings because prospects saw us as just another generic analytics tool and didn't understand our unique value. Next, you explain the implication of that problem. The implication was severe. We were 2 months into the launch and had only hit 15% of our pipeline target. The entire launch was at risk of failure, which would have wasted millions in development costs and damaged our market reputation. And finally, you deliver the need payoff, where you are the hero of the story. To solve this, I took the initiative to create a series of targeted case studies. I worked with our one existing client to document, in hard numbers, how our tool reduced their data processing time by 40%. I then built a new outreach sequence, not focused on the product's features, but on the specific, quantified pain point of wasted time. As a result, my meeting booked rate increased by 300% within a month. I then shared this playbook with the rest of the team, and by the end of the quarter, we had collectively exceeded the pipeline target by 20%. I specialize in turning technical features into compelling, problem-solving narratives that book meetings and build pipeline. This isn't just an answer, it's a sales pitch. It proves you understand the entire sales process, from identifying pain to delivering value. Every great salesperson knows how to handle objections. In an interview, an objection might sound like, "Your experience is mostly with mid-market clients, but this role is focused on enterprise," or, "Why was there a 6-month gap on your resume?" Don't get defensive. Use the acknowledge, reframe, resolve technique. Let's take the lack of enterprise experience objection. Acknowledge. That's a fair point. I understand that selling to enterprise clients involves more complex procurement process and a larger number of stakeholders, which is different from my primary experience. You've validated their concern. Reframe. However, what my mid-market experience has taught me is how to be incredibly resourceful and build a strong business case from the ground up without the support of a large brand name. I became an expert at creating urgency and demonstrating ROI to C-suite executives who are extremely budget conscious. You've turned your perceived weakness into a unique strength. Resolve. I am confident that my core skills in consultative selling and building ROI-driven proposals will scale effectively to the enterprise level, and I'm very eager to apply that scrappy, resourceful approach to your more established sales process. Finally, we come to the most critical stage, the close. At the end of a sales call, you'd ask for the business. You must do the same in an interview. You need to confidently ask for the job. You can do this in a few ways. There's the temperature check close. At the end of the conversation, ask, "Based on our discussion today about the team's needs and my background in driving growth, do you have any reservations about my ability to succeed in this role?" This is a brave question. It opens the door for them to voice any final objections, which you can then handle right then and there. Then there's the next steps close. This conversation has been incredibly insightful, and it's confirmed that this challenge is exactly what I'm looking for in my next step. What does the timeline for the next stage in the hiring process look like? This is an assumptive close. It signals that you are ready and expecting to move forward. And don't forget the follow-up close. Your thank you email is your final sales proposal. Don't just say thanks for your time. Reiterate the value. Thank you for your time today. I particularly enjoyed our discussion on the challenge of breaking into the healthcare vertical. It confirmed that my experience in building a new territory from $0 to $2 million in my first year aligns perfectly with your goals. I am more confident than ever that I can deliver similar results for your team, and am very excited about the possibility of moving forward. Stop being a passive candidate. You are a sales professional. Run your interview like a sales cycle. Do your discovery, pitch your value, handle objections, and close the deal. Because the best product you will ever sell is yourself. The world of work is changing faster than ever, and staying informed is your best strategy. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe to GradPro Path. We deliver the latest career news, actionable strategies, and expert guides to help you navigate your future and build a successful, AI-proof career.